Tonight's broadcast is about to begin. Thank you for joining us on Cedar Creek Media.
This is J.D. Bird. You are listening to Mabank Sports here on Cedar Creek Media.
It's showtime!
And hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Mabank Panthers Athletics. To be specific, volleyball here with the Mabank Lady Panthers hosting the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets. As always, we are Cedar Creek Media. Tell you what, let me go ahead and flip it over. Tell you what, I am Taylor Honey.
And I'm J.D. Bird. Wrong hand
Come
there.
on now, J.D. Get in the shot. Let the people see that beautiful mug of yours.
I'm J.D. Bird.
Well, hey, you know what? We're going to have some beautiful volleyball here tonight. We have got, again, the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets in town tonight. Looks like we've got a obscured scoreboard,
I was looking
JD,
at that.
so we're going to have to keep that in mind tonight. And it, of course, also looks like the camera wants to be a little finicky. We're going to move, we think, here pretty soon. We did get the new camera, so we think we're going to move to using that camera fully here pretty soon, but just a little logistics and things to work out. So, again, we've got a district matchup going on here between two rivals, the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets again, who have had a tough go so far this season. They're still winless so far in the season. And, of course, your Lady Mabank Panthers, who are still in the hunt for a playoff spot, but could really use this game tonight, especially, again, against an opponent. It's had a little bit of struggle so far this year, so hopefully Mabank can take full advantage of it and propel themselves back into the playoff picture. Now, they're going to definitely need some work here as they are 2-6 within district play. Brownsboro currently sitting at 4-5. All right, so Kemp's going to start it off with a 3-point here for the Mabank Lady Panthers. Hitting the ball into the net was Miss Katie Neighbors. We'll send our own number one, that is Miss Madison Roberts, over to the service line now. Shot for the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets, a little too strong, ends up out of bounds. That was Miss Alexis Walters. Starting out for your Mabank Lady Panthers tonight, of course, Miss Madison Roberts, who is at the service line. Also got Wilkinson. You've got Smith, Hudson, as there's going to be another one out of bounds. Also got Cope and Hager. So Hager, not somebody we always see out on the starting line, but good to see her getting a little XP this week. Roberts again on the serve. Going to be mishit there by the Lady Yellow Jackets and out of bounds. So Mabank starting off quickly here tonight.
Yeah, already up 4-0 over these Lady Jackets.
If it gets too bad, I can bring up a score, and I probably will bring that up here in the second set. Apologize, folks, but score, all you need to know right now is it is 5-0 as the Lady Panthers have come out hot here to start out. Nice job by them. Let's see. So y'all hang with me. I'm going to try to get us a better scoreboard here for the night. Let's see. I think that is going to work. Y'all hold on with me. I'm sorry. Working it out on the fly here. Volleyball. JD, I might be a second late, so you might have to cover for me for here.
Miss Roberts going to continue serving here. As her serve is up. Hit to the back line. Looked like it might have been out. Saved by number one there. Coming across, now it's Mabank's turn to get something done. Ooh, on the send back, Cope just not able to straighten it out there. So now the Yellow Jackets going to be able to get on the board. Number 13, Miss Rivera. Alonis Rivera. Sorry, I had to look at the name real quick. Gets the serve over nicely. Madison Roberts going to be able to send it across. Taken by Kemp. They're going to get it over just as nicely. Coming down right in the middle, Kai Hudson with a big slam. Unfortunately, just a little bit out on that one. So 5-2 now as Rivera still on the line for the Jackets. That serve going to go way over the heads and far out of bounds as Rivera's second serve is a point for the Lady Panthers. That will send Cope to the line to serve. Nice serve from her, taken by Kemp. And they were able to get it across and found a nice little soft spot there. I believe that was number 9, Ms. Dream Brown with the point. As now it will send number 7, Alexis Walters, back to the line to serve. Her serve gets across nicely, taken by Mabank. And there's Hudson coming down. Gets the redemption there on that one. Sends it right to the back line and able to sneak that one in. And that will now send her to the service line. So already quite a bit of action here in this one as both teams going back and forth. Hudson at the line to serve, gets it across nicely. Kemp going to take it. They're going to send it back in 2. Now Mabank's turn as it is sent over there by Miss Hager. Kemp able to respond the same. Looks like just a little bit out on that send back though, so Mabank going to be able to pick up the point. Ms. Hudson still going to stay back there to serve.
Thank you, JD. All right, a little bit more visible of a scoreboard. Not perfect, but best I can throw together quickly here. Mabank going to quickly have to get it across. Big smash, and that is going to land in. Callie Smith put it right on the line. Perfectly done. That is another quick point there for the Mabank Lady Panthers. My goodness, they have continued the hot streak to start it off here. As Hudson sends it across. Second touch, third. Little dump off at the line. That was pretty nicely done there by Kemp. Mabank immediately sends over. Set. Ooh, going to be last touch there. Looks like that was, who was that? That was number 3, Miss Woods, getting the last touch on the ball. Ends up in a Kemp point. So Kemp going back to the service line. It's going to be number 9, Miss Dream Brown. Yeah, it's going to catch the top of the net. Be a quick point for the Lady Panthers. That will now send Miss Jewel Hager to the service line. Here's a set for Kemp. Hit. They got a little help off the top of that net. It might have ended up out of bounds. Hudson's send back was dug out. Good job by Kemp just to get it across the line there. Here's a set. Smash. Kemp going to have their own chance. That one goes into the net there for Neighbors. So it was a good attempt. Just not quite able to get up enough. Has a little bit of a low set, but ends up working out there for the young lady. I did hear, I think at the beginning, that our rosters were not quite correct. I've had trouble getting the Kemp roster. Second time this year I've tried to get it. Oh, that was really good job of staying with it.
Oh, great job.
And then a great smash there. I didn't quite see who that was. Was that
Kendall
Smith?
Woods right
Kendall
there coming down the
Woods.
middle.
Nicely done. Brings the score all the way up to 12-5. Apologize, didn't get Kemp their point there. That will send Smith to the service line, however. Now Kemp, after a couple of soft hits, does a good job to get it across. Nice save there. Kemp going to have another chance. All right, now Mabank finally getting the offense set up. That's going to be blocked. And they're going to say it is the Kemp point. So Kemp draws to within half here, 12-6 now your score. This is going to be number 6, Floyd, at least according to my roster. Again, if you're a Kemp parent, I apologize. We don't have it right. It's Mabank able to pick up a cheeky little point here.
Madison Roberts there on that one.
Well, imagine that. A crafty play in Madison Roberts. You wouldn't have said so.
Who would have thunk?
We've only seen that all year.
All year long.
Here's Wilkinson. Send across. It was a nice job. Now here's the rebuttal. Nice job by Wilkinson to dig it out. They're going to have to get it across. Good job by Smith to send it over. Now here's Kemp's rebuttal chance. Wilkinson couldn't quite do it again. Oh, maybe she can. Oh. So got a hand on it, just not quite able to play it. But tremendous effort there by the Lady Panthers. That will now send number 8, Peyton Mitchell, to the line for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Hudson with the big send. Kemp does get a hold of it. Now going to send across, but are going to hit into the net there. So just a little off on her direction there for the young libero for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
So back to the top of the rotation as Roberts goes back to the service line.
Seemed like they came through rather quickly tonight.
Yeah, they're kind of going back and forth here. Mabank able to secure that early lead.
Ooh, that big block there by Hudson, but Kemp might have the last laugh, and they do.
Oh, man.
So it was a beautiful block there by Hudson, but nobody there to quite relieve her in the back. So it will be a point here for Kemp. All right, back to it. That's going to be a mishit there for the Lady Yellow Jackets. That would be another quick point for Mabank, and it will now be Lindsay Cope going to the service line here. That's kind of that slicing serve I like to see. Uses it there. Set. Too strong there. Right spot, wrong hit there for the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets. That will put another point on the board for the ladies in, well, I was going to say for the ladies in green, but of course tonight they're in pink as it is pink out night here in Mabank. Cope again sends a slicer across. Oh, way back there. Kemp has to send from behind, does a good job to do it. Wilkinson pops one in the air. Smith sends it across. So both teams, neither are really being able to get set. Here's Mabank with a chance. It's a good job by Hager. She had to reposition to be able to get to it, and then goes right back.
Great job.
I don't know if you want to necessarily call that a block. It was just kind of being in the right place at the right time. Sends a good shot back over.
Found one trying to float across that net, and she said,
All right, so Cope again sends over, and that time just going to be not touched well. That was, again, oh, sorry, y'all. I ain't paying attention, my bad. Ball was behind. You see, JD, I gave you, I gave Paul crap for
Yeah, it was Paul a hard
yeah,
time.
we gave the Athens guy a hard time for it last time. I looked back, and it was right there, and the young lady was like, can we have the ball back, please? All right, so 18-8. Cope again, sending the slicer. Kemp sends back over. Here's a set by Roberts. Hudson. Here's another set. So nothing quite in the hard hit realm. Let's see what comes here. Now Smith changes that. Good job by Kemp just to be able to control. Rebuttal that time. Going to go into the net there for the Lady Panthers. So having a little trouble out of that outside hitter position so far. Makes it 19-8. Still Cope on the line. Kemp going to have to return from deep, do a good job to get it across. Here's a set by Roberts. Hager does it.
Wow.
With a nice kill shot there. A little too strong and a little too far for any Lady Yellow Jackets to get to. Makes it now 20-8, so JD would talk about this all the time. First team to get to 20 really puts the pressure on in a set. It looks like we do have Hager coming out, and who is that?
Miss Callie Davis coming to the game.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Miss Callie Davis into the ball game. Cope, a little bit more of a slice than even usual. Good job by Kemp to get it across the lines. It looked like it was going to sail out of bounds. Now here's Hudson. And Kemp, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Great job. So these girls are tough. They stick with it, but eventually Mabank able to whittle it down and pick up the point. I believe that was Hudson.
That was Callie Davis right there.
Excuse me, that was Callie Davis on the kill. It's the right side of the net. Got to rely on JD. Those young eyes. Was looking to try and get y'all like an action cam angle tonight, but didn't quite work out. So Kemp again has to just find a way to get it across. They did a good job of it. Now here's the set, smash. Wow, they're going to call a lift, I believe, here. Yeah, so it was a really good effort there. Again, that was Alexis Walters giving a good try, but hands kind of went in that scooping motion, and that is a lift. So Cope trying to serve out the set here.
She very well might with how the team is playing right now.
Little soft shot for Kemp is sniffed out by the Lady Panthers, but the returning hit going to go a little too far. So Kemp gets back on the board here, and that will send the very tall and athletic Alexis Walters to the service line here for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Here's a set by Roberts. Going to be Smith. Oh, just the power, the raw power on that shot. Too much to handle.
Went through 2 sets of hands on that one to be able to get it to touch the court.
So Hudson now to the line here, 23-9, looking to finish off the first set. Pretty good shot return there by Kemp, one of the better we've seen. That is going to end up as a 2-touch. She kind of slipped through the fingertips there of Roberts, I believe that was. So just a routine play you make 100 times, but sometimes strange things do tend to happen.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is number 5.
Not on our
and again, I do believe that the names that we're calling are mostly wrong, but it's what we have in front of us is Mabank is able to put down another quick point, but just not quite able to get a roster. So
Callie Davis there on that point. Since coming into the game, has already picked up 2 for the team.
And look, Callie Davis getting a huge standing O as she is on the service line looking to end out the first set here. High in the air. Cope pops it up. Roberts sets. Woods has her shot blocked. So again, Kemp will not go down easy here. And that will put number 1, Katie Neighbors, on the line here. Gets it over the net. Here's another set. Rise and out of bounds and point from Mabank. So kind of an anticlimactic first game, or not first game, but way to end the game, I should say. But either way, Mabank takes the first set. And while they take a short break, we're going to do the same thing. JD will be right back here on wait. I always forget to do this. I always forget. There we go. All right, we'll be right back here on Cedar Creek Media.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right of Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And welcome back, everybody, here on Cedar Creek Media. As we have just finished the first game, Mabank taking that one over the Kemp Yellow Jackets, 25-11 there in that first set. Getting ready here for set number 2. The 5 out on the court for the Lady Panthers. It'll be number 7, Avery Henderson. Number 4, Lindsey Cope. Number 8, Kai Hudson. Number 1, Madison Roberts. And number 2, Miss Callie Smith, sorry. And, of course, libero, number 10, Kylan Wilkinson coming in. Madison Roberts this time will start with the serve as she heads back, and we will get underway. Her send over is very nice. Kemp able to control it. Wrong side of the net there for the Yellow Jackets as they get charged with the 4-touch. So Roberts back again to serve for the Lady Panthers.
All right, thank you, buddy. I had to get that thing. It was driving me nuts. It wasn't quite the right size. Mabank able to pick up another point here, but yeah, it was driving me nuts. I'm sure it was driving people nuts over at home, too. So there we go. All right, got it fixed up a little bit. All right, so Robert's still at the service line. Ooh, that one's strong. Kemp, ended up sending it into the net. So they had a chance of sending it over, but kind of muffed it just a little bit. So just like that first set, we're seeing Mabank get out to a quick lead here in set number 2. Ooh, and that time Robert's going to catch just the top lip of the net. Falls down to the ground, so we'll give Kemp their first possession to serve here in the second set. It's going to be Mitchell, we believe, at the service line. All right, going to be set here by Roberts. Hudson gets the point right back, as that is a rise and fire, if I have ever seen one. Textbook example, I should say. Yeah, and there you go. You hear the missile coming across here in the gym. Now Cope, who went on quite the run there in the first set. Kemp with the return. Set by Roberts, set by Henderson. A little tap over is returned. Now Hudson going to wind up and in. So Mabank has been doing a tremendous job of that so far tonight, finding the exact right spot and throwing a fireball down.
Didn't see Hudson a whole lot there in that first game, but definitely finding a way to get herself active here in this one.
Well, I almost wonder if Dad has something to do with that. Of course, Dad is the athletics director and head football coach here of Mabank, in attendance right now as his boys prepare for a big showdown with the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, which we'll have here tonight as well. But then I think I sensed a look. I think there was a little bit of a look over, and Kai went, "Okay, Dad, I got you. I get it. So Cope again at the line here. Kind of a opposite to the slice that she normally has. Going to be a violation called here against Kemp, a 2-touch violation. So quickly, Mabank up 7-1 here in this second set. Again, matches best 3 out of 5, so Mabank chugging along here in the early going. All right, pop up here for Kemp, sends it across. Roberts with the set. Big hit, and just out there for, I believe that was Smith, it was. So they're going to say just out for Miss Callie Smith. So we'll send Kemp back to the line here. Wilkinson with the dig out. Another set here by Roberts. Big hit again by Smith. Again, going to go just a little too far and out of bounds. Oh, see, here we are again. Broadcasters gatekeeping the ball, not paying attention.
I'm a little too far back. I'm hooked up by cord, man. I can't get that far.
It was literally directly behind the both of us. Again, a set by Roberts. Hudson with a little push shot over. Kemp gonna have to send in. Okay. Oh, nice job there. A little confusion by the Lady Panthers, but do get it across. And oof. We haven't seen many of those soft shots actually find ground for either team tonight. That time ends up working out for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
As now Kemp finding a way to come back into this one.
Hudson trying to end the streak. Kemp does a good job of digging it out, and that time a little too far for, that was Alexis Hall. So Kemp right back into this thing, just a 2-point deficit. Make that a 3 as they hit one into the net. And Kai Hudson, one of the senior leaders here for the Lady Panthers, going to the service line now. Oof, gonna fall right between for an ace. A couple of Lady Yellow Jackets looking at it, not able to make the play on it. We'll take a dozen more of those, please. Oof, good job by Kemp just to have a chance to get it over, and an even better job to be able to do it. Here's another set by Roberts. Left-handed shot gonna go down. And I was about to say, who's going up with the left-handed shot, but none other than, of course, Miss Avery Henderson, the lefty here, the lone lefty. That one's going to be too strong. Hudson got a little too much of that one. And it will send Kemp back to the service line here. So out on the court, you've got Woods, Roberts, Hall, Cope, Hudson, and Henderson. Cope gets it. Had a chance to get it across with just a little too short on the shot. Ends up in the lip of the net. So Kemp getting consecutive serves here, I believe for the first time in this set. Set up by Roberts. Henderson, that's going to land in.
Wow.
Perfect across the court shot there. Wasn't a ton of power, but just put in a spot where nobody could get to it. She will now be going to the service line. Kemp having to return from deep, do a good job of getting it over. Set by Roberts. Big hit, dug out. Hudson pops it up. Henderson sets. Roberts, push. Just not quite able, but a miss hit on the other end. Ends up as a point for the Lady Panthers. So Henderson now staying on the service line. And you wonder how much something like that makes a difference. You've seen nothing but right-hand serves all night. Is Henderson able to stick one down? That's exactly what I was going to say. As you have a lefty come in, deep into the game like this, seeing nothing but right-handed shots, and now kind of perplexed looking over at the left-handed shot. Henderson again going to try and teardrop it. Kemp does a better job this time, but going to hit the ball into the net on their return. So runs have been the name of the game so far for the Mabank Lady Panthers. This was a 2-point game not too long ago. Mabank now doubling up the Lady Yellow Jackets, 14-7. Return shot going to be, I was going to say too much, but no, Mabank going to have a chance to return and do. And a little Dr. J hook. Going to get over.
Oh, close on that one.
So I was going to say a Dr. J hook scores the point, but it does not score the point. Mabank gets really close to having a nice return, but just tiptoes along the edge of that line or that net. Ends up falling back on the wrong side. So Kemp again back at the service line here. Trying to get back into it, down 6 here in set number 2. It's a nice effort there by Woods trying to lay out for the dig. Just not quite able to get it up high enough for anybody to get over to. As the ball kind of danced off the net there on that serve. So another serve coming up here. Oof, that time just got a little too close in to Lindsay Cope. She's going to get substituted out, and that's going to be Grace Kilgore in for her first action of the ball game. 14-10, Mabank still on top, but looking to end this little run for Kemp. Set by Henderson, and nice defensive play there by Kemp. Picks up the point. Mabank not quite able to find anything to do with it. And Coach Martin going to take her first timeout here of the set. Over under 30 seconds, JD.
I'd say probably under 30 seconds.
Probably under? Okay,
I mean,
okay. That's one of our
they still have the, look, they're already breaking out of it now. So what's that, maybe a 20-second timeout right there that
we'll
they
call
took?
it 20 seconds. So that's one of our favorite little side props here between me and JD is we know Coach Martin, she is very she doesn't call a whole lot of timeouts, and even whenever she does call timeouts, they're very quick timeouts. I think she knows how to break up the action whenever things start to kind of stack up against her team a little bit, and how to kind of just put them in the right state of mind and say, hey, let's end it, here we go. But she does it very, very quickly as to not let the momentum on the court kind of run out or the blood flow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely it seems like it's been a pretty good strategy so far. And against some of these teams you've played this year that are, really, really, really good, and things have not been necessarily going your way, Coach Martin kind of left the girls out there like, hey, figure it out, I kind of respect that as this team is growing up, here under a new coaching staff, namely under Coach Martin herself. So definitely been interesting to see the growth of this team from the beginning of the year to now. So back to it here. Going to be a set by Henderson. Hall, too strong. Picking up a point there, and that is exactly what Mabank does well, coming out of the timeout and getting that, capturing that lightning in a bottle right back. So Hall and Kilgore come out of the ball game. Roberts and Cope going to come back in.
Smith going to come back in.
Smith, excuse me, I apologize. All right, going to be a set again by Henderson. Going to be I guess, a double touch call?
Yes, it is.
So double touch going to be called here, I guess, against Henderson. That will send Neighbors, we believe, to the line. Hudson pops it up. Henderson sets it up. Roberts has her shot dug out. Here's a rebuttal. And another chance for Mabank. And too strong as Cope hit it right at a Lady Yellow Jacket, but not quite able to play the ball, are the ladies in orange. And that will send the libero. Haven't called her name here in a bit. That is Miss Kylan Wilkinson. Return by Roberts, dug out. Oof, found a soft spot, but a good job of covering up there by Smith. Got a bit of a rally going here, but there's going to be they're going to say the hit went outside of the antenna. So hit was outside technically on the return for Kemp. So makes it now a 17-12 lead. Wilkinson put it in a great spot. Good job here by the Lady Yellow Jackets to get it across.
A little lucky bounce over the net right there for Kemp's send over.
Couple of Lady Yellow Jackets going for the ball. Lucky not to have something weird happen there. So a lot of desperation third shots for both teams tonight, as that is a rise and fire. Finding some hardwood there for the Lady Yellow Jackets. We've
that
seen
was number 14 again.
Gotcha. But yeah, we've seen quite a few times tonight where that third hit over the net is just a panic. Oh, get it over. Kind of entertaining to watch just to see how the creativity of how you get it across the net, you know.
It goes to show you the discipline that they have to know where to be at, and you know, if things don't go exactly the way that you want it to, that you're able to make adaptations on the fly.
Absolutely. All right, Hudson going to send it across. Here's the set for Kemp. Kind of a soft send over. Henderson now going to set. Hudson.
Wow.
Oh, that time. Call her Dr. K instead of Dr. J. You know what I mean? That little hook
Faked
shot.
it like
that
she was
nice.
about to send it to the bleachers and then just laid it right up in there.
So the lady who started it all, Madison Roberts, going to get a straight ace as communication breaks down there for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Lands right in the open area in the middle. Take another one of those. This one a little bit stronger, but going to be right at a Lady Yellow Jacket. Their return is decent. Henderson just kind of pops one over. It's a good thought. Strong hit out of bounds for Kemp. Oh, they're going to say tipped, actually. So point is going to flip over and go to Kemp. So 19-14. All right, making sure I've got it right here. All right, serve is across. Set up by Roberts. Hudson going to be called for a violation here. Yeah, she got across the line. I could see, oops, excuse me, wrong one. She definitely got across the line there. I saw that. I don't really know what I'm looking for in volleyball penalties, but I saw that.
that one was a little obvious.
That is going to end up out of bounds. Good job by the Lady Panthers to resist the temptation there. So going to send Lindsay Cope. Oh, I didn't realize, but yeah, Mabank to that 20 line, JD. We talked about how important that is. So they reach 21st. Big block there by Henderson. Kemp going to do a good job to play through it. Good concentration there by Smith to send it back across, as it was really close. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, that is two teams fighting desperately over a point there. Beautiful volleyball by either side. Kemp ends up with the point. They will now be serving. Again, number 13 to do the serving. She sends it across. Set, smash. I believe this is going to be, oh yeah, no, a block does not count as a touch, so. Little
Good
rally
job
going
here by the Mabank Panthers to keep this one alive.
Yeah, and Avery Henderson with the little follow-through left-handed putback shot ends up finding the soft spot in the defense, and that will send Kai Hudson to the service line here. Here's the set, smash. Smith trying to find somewhere to go. And ends up in the return, ends up in the net there for the Lady Yellow Jackets, excuse me. So 3 points away from taking a 2-set lead here. Again with Dr. K, that's what I'm going to start calling her. At the line, unfortunately, that time, if it was operation, the buzzer would have gone off, but she hit it right into the net.
No dice on that one.
No dice. Oof, good job by Roberts on that second touch. Even better job by Woods to send it across inside the net. And then to get the block for the point. Tell you what, Kendall Woods right there, that was her point to be had. Beautifully done there. Again, to reposition herself, be able to hit it inside the antenna there, and then to come back with the block for the point. Can't do it much better. So the lefty on, trying to finish it off, almost an ace, but a good job by Kemp. Late reaction does get over. Set by Henderson, hit by Smith, going to be mishit and off the wall. So that was definitely going out of bounds. Got a little bit of a bailout there by the Lady Yellow Jackets, but hey, point goes on the board no matter how a point goes on the board. You know what I mean, JP?
That's right, and that'll bring them to game point here, 24-17.
So Kemp trying to stave off a 2-0 set deficit here. Yeah, I was worried about that. Looked a little funky coming off the hands of Roberts there. Looked like kind of was off the fingertips and then off the thumbs. Kind of a push off with the thumbs, I believe, is what happened. So Kemp staving off elimination here in set 2. Pretty good serve. Now here's a set by Henderson, send over by Woods. Second chance here. This time it's going to be Smith. Good job by Kemp to stay with it. Whole front line got a chance at it. Ends up being a Kemp point off the block. All right, so here we go, 24-19. Out of bounds. I was just about to say, remember, a service error does result in a win here for the Mabank Lady Panthers. So now holding a commanding 2-0 lead over the visiting rival Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets are your Lady Panthers. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back right after this with the third set right here from Mabank Gymnasium.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Hey Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
And back to it here on Cedar Creek Media. And so far, JD, it's been a pretty good night for our Lady Panthers, holding a 2-0 lead. It's been a pretty good start to the night. But don't forget, here in a little while, we will have a football game coming up as well. We have got the 4A Division I runner-up Chapel Hill Bulldogs. So, of course, the Bulldogs are led by a UT bound, that is University of Texas, bound running back Ricky Stewart. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good little player there. So definitely want to tune in here in a little bit. We'll have pregame going right at about 7 o'clock, kickoff right at about 7:30. So, and again, for Cedar Creek Media, I'm Taylor Honey.
I'm J.D. Bird.
And we are happy to have you here with us. Mabank on top of the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets, 2-0 here. Looking to finish this one off in straight sets here tonight. And again, this would be a big building block in the way for the Mabank Lady Panthers, as they are trying to fight back. Again, I know that red bar, excuse me, that's going to be here while I'm looking at the stat. So Mabank's sitting at 2-6, Brownsboro sitting at 4-5 so far within district play. So again, this is a big game for the Lady Panthers if they want to stay in playoff contention. And of course, Brownsboro right now currently holds the tiebreaker, as they were able to win game one, but still have another one coming up against the Brownsboro Lady Bears here pretty soon in, I believe next week. I think it's next week. So, all right, so back to it. Kemp starts us off here. Hudson looking to get the first point, but sends one into the net. So, unlike the other set so far in this one, Kemp gets the first point. Sorry, got a little locked up on what I was doing, but Hudson says not for long. She's able to pick up a quick point and even it right back up here. They have now switched from the Rocket to the Panther Growl here on the stadium. So Roberts to the line, has one skip over. It's a cheeky ace, but hey.
Take it how you can get it.
We will take it.
No complaints on that one.
You ain't going to hear me complain about that one, especially on a day that ends in Y. Here's another set, and out of bounds there for Kemp. So here goes that patented early run here for the Lady Panthers. And this one going to be mishit there. And that, at first I thought that might be sailing out of bounds, but on second review, I think that was going to curl right into the corner. So a good job, or it was the right play there by Kemp, trying to get a hand on it, but just not quite able to do so. So again, Roberts. And going to be mistouched there by Kemp. Going to be a lift called. Didn't quite see that, but they weren't going to be able to return it anyway, so the point
that
goes
one-handed that she had with the open palm where she just tried to kind of whack it up there. Not able to do that one.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, good dig there by Wilkinson. And, man, I'm telling you.
Wow.
That was some great defense there by Mabank. As they
block right there by Miss Hudson. Block right there by Miss Hudson.
All right, I think we lost, the internet went down here at the school for just a half a second. I think it might even restart at some point during the day, because I noticed last time it did it to us right at that same time. So anyway, long story short, if anybody out there, if we dropped out there for a minute, do apologize. It's going to be a violation called on Mabank this time. So Kemp going to pick up the point. All right, so set. Hudson does a good job just being able to track it down. See if Kemp can get one across. And they do get one across, but it goes skittering out of bounds. So it was a great effort there by Kemp just to get one back across again, just not quite in the little white outlined area known as inbounds. I don't know why I said that. White area.
I was wondering where you were going with it.
Going to be a 4-touch here for Kemp. You know, when you talk for a living, sometimes sometimes you get a little tongue twisted.
Sometimes the things you say just kind of get away from you.
Yeah, especially me. So Hudson again from the service line. Big rise and fire. Let's see, Mabank has a chance to get it back across. Roberts does a good job of doing it. Oof. Just that time right in the exact spot it needed to go for the Lady Yellow Jackets, as Cope just not quite able to get the dig in there. So Mabank having a little trouble breaking away like they have in the first 2 sets here in the third. Again, trying to sweep this here tonight. Set, little run up, kind of fakes out, I believe, the Lady Yellow Jackets there, as that was Hager. Kind of did a little tiptoe, like, here I come, and then sends a little soft shot over. Goes right to the service line, sends a good serve across. Here is a set, fire, good job by Kemp, be able to dig it out. Gonna have to get it across here, and do, good job. Another set, Woods just, almost found some soft spot. Oh, right there, great rise and fire by the young lady in the middle. It's number 14. Again, don't have her name here, apologize, but you can tell she's one of the younger ladies here on this team and is getting some valuable experience here tonight and has played really, really well in the minutes that she's been in. So that one gets away from Cope that time. She's not quite able to get a good touch on it. Little discussion going on here. Here we go. All right, so Kemp sends across. Cope again has to make a good play just to be able to get under the serve. Again, pretty good defense here by Mabank. Now the return from Smith. First touch a little too far. Kemp not able to get a clean second touch. So Mabank is the first to double digits here. And that will send Miss Callie Smith to the line. Some smoke coming off of that one. Good net play there between Woods and Roberts. And now going to be a 4-touch here for Kemp. So I think the right side of the net there for Mabank can be credited with the point, even though it technically was a 4-touch, but a great defensive prowess there between the two young ladies. Again, another first touch not going to work out for Kemp, and not able to ever get it squared away there in the backcourt. So here is one of Mabank's little runs, and the coach, Thelma Jedlicka, for the Lady Yellow Jackets doesn't like the way it smells, and she says, let's go ahead and take a little pause and get things figured out here. So tell you what, while they're doing that, let's go ahead and take the chance to tell you about the upcoming schedule here for your Mabank Lady Panthers. Of course, have this one here tonight against the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets, trying to get a little leg back up here in the district standings. Then next week they will be taking on Lindale and Brownsboro to end out the season. So again, you're fighting with Brownsboro for that 4th spot. Really gonna, I mean, it's realistically you're gonna need to win out these last three games. If you can win out these last 3 games, you've got a pretty good chance of making the playoffs. That Brownsboro game, that is circled on the list. That is a must win, absolutely. So just going to have to see what these Lady Panthers can do. They are a resilient bunch, so see what they've got as Smith is, wrong button. There we go. Okay, Smith serve was not able to be returned there by Mabank, or excuse me, by Kemp. Again, first touch didn't work out. Much better this time by Kemp. Now they're going to have to return, do a good job of hitting from way back there. And, good defense here and excellent job here by Mabank just to get it across the net. Now here's the set. Soft send over. Kemp sees it coming and too strong on their rebuttal. So it ends up flying out of bounds off of the Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets. So Smith stays at the line. Set here. Big shot into the net. So it looks like Kemp may be pressing a little bit here late in the ball game. Couple of unforced errors here since the timeout. That was a rocket there by Smith. Good job by Kemp just to be able to get it back across. Here is a set, smash. Good defense on either side here. And what's the call going to be? Going to be a double touch called against Kemp. It was pretty good effort. Didn't quite have the angle to see that one myself. So Smith keeps on her streak here. Oh, man, that was a beautiful sinking serve there. Again, good job on the return by Kemp. Hudson's hard shot barely able to be controlled by Kemp. Here's another set. Soft shot didn't work out either. Now Kemp has to get it across. They do. Bump, set, down.
Soft spot.
Lindsay Cope, again, kind of showing the razzle-dazzle, but then going with the soft shot. Finds a space on the floor. I don't have the exact count here, but got to be getting close to double-digit serves here for Smith. As Roberts comes out of the ball game, I didn't quite see who came in. It's Journey Jakeway into the ball game. So here's the set from way back there. Kai Hudson from deep, about midway on the in the inbounds there. Kind of throws a long kill shot that ends up working out. Brings Mabank within 2 points of that 20-point mark that we like to talk so much about. Kemp does a good job to return it. Jakeway bumps it up. Here's the set. Jakeway, oh man, almost a pretty good kill shot. Set. Another set. Cope. Almost found the soft spot. Hudson just not quite able to get the full connection on that touch there. So Kemp able to pick up a point here in this third set.
So after 7 straight points, Mabank's run finally ends.
There we go. There we go. I knew we were getting close to double digits, but wasn't quite as close as I thought as Kemp knocks one into the net here and gives up service possession right away. Looks like we've got another substitution, as that is Woods going to be coming out for Miss Callie Davis. And Davis going to be taking up residence here at the service line. Soft one. Kemp does a pretty good job of finding the spot, but unfortunately goes right into the net and couldn't get a second hit there. So Davis is on the board now. Kind of a fastball after a changeup there. Hudson sends across. Set. Smash. And a point there by the Lady Yellow Jackets. Fighting to try and come back and keep it from a sweep here. As Davis now going to come back out. Didn't see who came in. Did you see who came in?
Wilkinson onto the court
yes,
now.
Wilkinson. The only one in a different colored jersey. How I did not see that. All right, so kind of a loft. Wilkinson gets it. Now going to send it across. Oof. I tell you what, I don't know that anybody on this Lady Panthers team is better at using just one hand than Wilkinson. She does a great job. She gets a lot of digs that way. This rally continues to go here. Here's the set. Fire, going to be a lane violation. I think they're going to say stepping across there.
Jake Way now going to head to the service line.
Yeah, first time we've seen her back there tonight, I believe.
Sure is.
Has a pretty good serve. You know, that's another thing about this team is even if somebody's not serving right away, we'll put it this way, if I was going in after not serving for, you know, an hour, hour and a half, haven't really done it all night, as we pick up another point, I know I'd hit it right into the net. So just to have the fortitude and the concentration to come in off the bench and immediately go to the service line and be able to hit it across, that is it's a lot better than I could do. Here's another set. Cope. Ooh, he ends up working out. So not exactly how you drew it up, but second touch for Kemp that time, not quite on par for what they needed.
And this one right here has definitely kind of gotten away from Kemp as the Lady Panthers lead at 23-8 right now in this one.
So up in the air, Cope. Oh, that time just got too far down. Hit it on the off of the wrist and not off of the hand, and it ends up in the net. I like when plays happen closer to us, JD. My old eyes can see what's happening. Let's see, we've got Wilkinson and Jakeway both coming off, and that is Davis and Smith back into the ball game here. Roberts puts it up. Hudson, ooh, right at. That was number 6, Floyd. Just too strong to handle, and Mabank 1 point away from sweeping the Lady Yellow Jackets here tonight on, again, pink out night at Panther Gymnasium. This just feels right. Lindsay Cope on to do the serving, trying to end it. And that is how it will end. So quickly tonight, the Mabank Lady Panthers able to dispatch their rival Kemp Lady Yellow Jackets 3-0. So, I mean, man, what a awesome performance here by the Mabank Lady Panthers tonight, JD.
Yeah, definitely did a little bit of house cleaning tonight. Swept them up here in, like you said, very quick time. Game started at 4:30, and, hey, it's already done. So,
hey, we will take it. We will take it. Let's see. Let's try and do something here, JD. Tell you what, let's take a short break. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media. I'm going to see if I can't scare up us a little interview here. We'll see what happens.
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Hey Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
Well, unfortunately, JD, we weren't. I was going to try and get us an interview, but they were ready to get out of here and
Out in a hurry.
Out in a hurry. So one thing we did fail to mention here tonight, and I knew it in the back of my head, and I don't know why I didn't mention it, but for the seniors here tonight, this was their last home game. At least, I mean, somehow maybe down the road you may end up getting a playoff game here. But more than likely, that was the last time that these seniors are going to play here in Panther Gymnasium. So a great send-off here for them to be able to, to be able to have a big win here. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? I try to not sound, that kind of way or anything like that, but really they did. They came out with a big victory here tonight. 3-1. Kemp not really getting close within any of the sets. So, if anything, that is something that you can be proud of and that you can store in the back of your memories later on.
Absolutely. To do it against a team that is kind of known as your rivals here, just not too far away from you. So it's a good feeling to be able to end that off as your way that your final game was played here in this court.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, all right, folks. So again, sorry I failed you. Was not able to get your interview. I do apologize, but we'll work on doing stuff like that during the basketball season. We do appreciate. By the way, this will be our last volleyball broadcast. Again, playoffs, those kind of things, but playoffs. There will also. Long story short, we fought to get over here on YouTube to bring it to you folks. Free of charge, and to bring you a product that actually works, that you can hear us and things like that. You know what I mean? It works. I mean, goodness gracious. JD knows we fought to try and bring something that worked to you guys, and it took a long time. So I say all that to say, unfortunately, during playoffs, there is a contract obligation with the UIL. The NFHS is required for any video broadcasting. So playoffs, we will have to do video on NFHS, but we could possibly do an audio only here on YouTube as well. So there is a possibility of those kind of things. We'll kind of bring that to you more as we know. But again, from what we know, this is the last that you're going to see video-wise here on this YouTube team or on this YouTube channel of these seniors. And so we just want to congratulate them for, a great season, what they've done so well. Again, they've still got stuff to continue to fight for in this season, but we do just want to take a little bit of time and recognize them and their efforts and say congratulations on a great way. If it is the last one you play here, a great way to go out, a great final volleyball game here at Panther Gymnasium.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we are going to start heading over to Panther Stadium now. We've got the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, again, who were the state runners-up in 4A Division I.
There it is.
Last year. That's the one I was trying to get out. So definitely going to be a tough setup here for the Mabank Panthers tonight, but I think Coach Hudson and crew might have a little trick or two up their sleeve. So y'all tune in. Again, pregame's going to be starting here in about an hour and 15 minutes, right at about 7 o'clock. And we will see you then. So for JD, I'm Taylor. We do appreciate y'all.
This concludes tonight's broadcast on Cedar Creek Media. Thank you for watching. We hope you'll join us again soon.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.